Right, welcome to the next episode of MH900 Presents No Strings Attached. I'm Tristan, that's Mark. As you can see, we are joined by a very special guest, Mr. Kallum.
One and only.
The one and only.
Thank God. There's
Drum
only
roll,
one
please.
and only.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a handful.
Kallum Peach, everybody.
Hello.
There we go. So,
Welcome, Peachy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
it's an impromptu and spontaneous podcast, as you will probably figure out if you watched right until the end of episode
within
4.
a matter of 15 minutes. Well, yeah, let's interview him.
Yeah.
It's not an interview.
As he's here.
We're just having a chat.
We're just
going to talk about
General bowling.
Kallum Peach and bowling and, you know, everything you've done and everything you haven't done yet and all of those sort of things. And, you know, we'll take the mickey if we want to or need to, and you can do the same. I'm sure you will.
Indeed.
So
Let's go for it.
Now,
let's do it.
Our current swear word count on this pod is 1.
One.
Oh,
I have a-
God, I'm gonna.
I have a feeling. So, viewers,
Be prepared.
I will just give you this little public service announcement. If you have an issue with offensive language, this one might be a pod to skip.
What?
Just as a
We'll
warning.
see. You're here.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I spoke like a trooper. Is that what?
Yeah, basically.
We'll find out, won't we?
So anyway, right, Peachy, how old are you these days? 19?
19, mate.
19.
Yeah.
So,
Getting there.
if you are fairly regular in the UK sport bowling world and even Swedish league, you will know Kallum Peach. But let's just start with the fact that what you're achieving right now, many thought wasn't even possible.
Yeah.
Considering what, at some point in your early teens,
I was
13?
you were
14.
13 or 14?
Yeah,
14?
14, that's how old I was.
Peachy broke his hip. So
Somehow.
the fact that Peachy has, recovered and continued to perform at a high level, represented Team England on multiple occasions, is a European bronze medalist at the European Youth Championships with his team in, that was Vienna, wasn't it? In
2023.
Yeah. A moment that I am forever grateful I was asked to attend that event and jumped on a plane and travelled to watch that because it was
That event
spectacular.
was
Yeah.
cool.
I've had worse weeks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have.
Yeah. So the fact that, you had quite a devastating injury and have been able to recover from that, talk about it. Talk about the journey. Tell people what they don't know.
Well, it was just I was at RAF Lakenheath doing like one of the King of the Hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was bowling quite well at the time as well. I think I was about 100 over, and I was, if I can remember right, I just had a new ball drilled, one of the new Storm Urethanes, and I was throwing it, and it was working. So I kept with it, and then I felt like a sudden pop in like my hip in like game 4 or 5, and yeah, it was like downhill from there. Like I physically couldn't walk on my left leg. It was
So you did
terrible.
it bowling?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like
I did not know that.
we were all trying to discover how the hell I'd done it, because at first it was just like he must have just popped a muscle or something like that, just like a normal injury that everyone gets now and again. And then we went to Centre Parks. I was roller skating. I was bowling in Centre Parks. I was practicing in the Centre Parks bowl with this broken hip that we didn't have a clue about. And we went to like a physiotherapist, like a private physiotherapist, and he said, you need to go to the doctors because this don't look good. So I was like, all right. And me, ADHD head, I instantly think of the worst things possible, and that was what I predicted. I predicted that I would need to have surgery, and my mum and dad were like, nah, you've just done something. So we went in for an X-ray, and we got a call back about, I think it was the next day. I can remember because it was a Thursday. And they said, you need to have surgery straight away. So in my head, I was like, it's done. Like, there's nothing I can really do. And then after surgery, I can remember waking up. I didn't hear this myself, but they pulled my mum and dad into a different room and said, look, he's not going to be able to play football anymore, like bowl in general anymore. And that was when I kind of said to her, said to my dad, or he always says I said this because I was so high under anaesthesia that I ended up saying, well, I'm still going to go to EYC anyway, so it's all right. And I can remember seeing my dad crying, and I was just like, it's a bit strange reaction to what I kind of said, and obviously they told me that, and in my head that was gone. I mean, luckily half of it was through lockdown, but you know, I missed like a whole 2 years of development.
Yeah.
And whilst everyone was thinking about bowling and doing anything around bowling, my head was switched off. I couldn't have told you any of the new balls.
Just trying to just get recovered.
Yeah,
walk again.
Basically, yeah. So I had to relearn to walk again. I'd done like the water therapy.
Yeah.
Like I think it's called hydrotherapy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I had to do all that to rewalk and like rewalk on like them. There's like them rails in the hospital. I had to learn to take my steps forward in those and stuff.
So was
like
it
that.
a fully displaced fracture then?
Yeah. So the condition's called Sufi.
Right. Okay.
And it's quite common in gymnasts.
Okay.
That was why I was a little bit like weirded out because
the definition of peak performance.
You don't look like a typical gymnast.
But
right.
Yeah, on this segment of the show, we're going to get Peachy to do a handstand.
I'll end up in the wall, I think. But yeah, it was a long recovery, and then me and my dad said, "Well, we might as well try and go and throw a ball." So we went and saw Andy Penny, and yeah, it was a long way back, but we're here, I guess.
Yeah.
We're here. I'm still plodding along.
Yeah.
I remember, not in detail, I remember hearing about your injury. Bloody. Oh, there we go. That's,
Number one.
Number two. Almost. And, such a shame because you were clearly, showing glimpses, I won't give you too much praise, of a bit of talent.
Yeah.
You were clearly one of the up-and-coming players, and then, of course, COVID happened a little bit later, didn't it? Or quite around the same sort of time? I can't remember now.
I think it was about halfway through that COVID sort of hit. So it gave me...
It sort of helped a bit, really, didn't it, I suppose?
Yeah. But I still lost a full year and 4 months of development, which was obviously...
And there was always a concern you wouldn't get back. That was what we were hearing, and, that's a real shame.
Yeah,
real shame.
That was the thing of... That just would never happen again, and that was all I had in my head, and that was what we all had in our heads. So
now I remember hearing that. I think Andy might have messaged me and said, Peachy's back, and I was like, okay, brilliant,
nice.
Let's see what happens. And then I saw a video. I think I don't know, 2 or 3 months after you'd started. Thought, it doesn't look too bad considering. So that was really good.
So
how
long did it take from, obviously having the surgery and then being able to bowl again? Because I had a non-displaced pelvic fracture and I was sort of back on the lanes after about 8 weeks. But like for yours, I didn't have surgery, I just had to heal. So
I think it was in September 2019 and I got back about 2021, like early 2021. That was when I was like starting to compete again, so I'd had like a couple months of rejuvenating myself and getting all of the memory back in my muscles and stuff like that. So it was a lot of work, but
of course,
I mean, we got back.
You've been working really hard. So talk us through the steps of being able to go, oh, hang on a minute, I can throw a ball, I can roll a ball again, to your training schedules and working with Andy as a coach.
From the surgery?
Yeah. So what did that first year look like? Were you that fired up and driven because you wanted to get to EYC? So you were like, I'm going to do everything I can. Yeah,
that was the goal. I mean, all of my friends had done that sort of stuff, so I didn't really want to miss out on it.
Yeah,
and the first couple of months was just one step, just try and get the feel back of rolling the ball off your hand. And
it will come back at some point.
Yeah. But, it was like the first time. Still not very good today. But like the first month or so was just one step approaches, and then you slowly just work yourself back. I think it just came more with time. The more time I put in, the more I got out of physically better. That was about really it. It was just 2 years of just trying to get back to where I was and then build from.
You mentioned, a few minutes ago when you sort of came round or whatever in the hospital, you said to your dad, "I'm still going to EYC, aren't I?" From that moment through all your recovery, did you ever have any doubt, or was that thought there? Was that driving you all the way, or did it sort of disappear as things got tougher
it
whatever?
It definitely disappeared quite a few times. Like there was some times where we'd go back to the hospital for just your casual scan,
check up or whatever,
scan of see how I'm doing, and they were like, "Yeah, it looks great. Like a couple more months and you'll be out of crutches or be out of the wheelchair and into crutches." So I was like, "Oh, great."
So when they said to you, when the doctors preempted your recovery in their heads, which is what it sounds like they've done, they've said, "Oh, you're not going to be able to play football, you're not going to do this, or he's not going to do this." Did that ever sort of take over in your thoughts, or did you always know you'd get back to a good fitness?
It never quite. I'm always a firm believer in myself. Like I've never really doubted myself. I know what I'm capable of. I've just not shown it yet, which is a bit frustrating.
You're still only 19, remember?
Yeah, I know, but it's like a mental block in my head sometimes as well. Like especially in today's game as well. Always thinking I can do better. Always have the extra pins. But that's just something that I know that will come with maturity and time.
Yeah.
And that's really the fact of bowling. There's always more pins on the table.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no matter what you've got, really.
Yeah.
You get 1,500, you still think, well, could have got another 40 there.
Yeah. There is obviously moments where you think that you've got it and you haven't.
Yeah.
And that's just bowling. You can't bowl well all the time.
No, we're always chasing perfection, aren't we?
Was there a moment when you thought, actually, yeah, right, now I can proper step this up. I'm really going to focus on getting into playing tournaments and going for EYC?
It was at the first couple of months after I'd thrown the ball that I thought I could maybe get back into competition play. I thought that was like the end of the road. That was just going to be, I might play a league.
Yeah.
I might play 3 games now and again.
Right.
And then I can't remember what tournament. We'd done like a tournament and I bowled quite well. And my dad said, "Do you want to continue?"
Right.
And I was like, "Why not? Let's give it a shot."
Cool. So when you're going through recovery and you get through your physical recovery and you're feeling less and less pain, how long did it take your head to get rid of the fear that it might happen again, or did you not have any fear that it might happen again?
It's still
there.
Yeah, of course it will always be there. Obviously, that was a bit of like a scarring sort of situation where I don't know if it's going to come back or if it's never going to come back. You just don't know until it happens.
No.
So do you feel as though you're on borrowed time, and do you want to achieve as much as you can before it might happen again?
I think in my head as I bowl, I don't really think about it, so it just never really comes up. But as I think about it here, there is the possibilities of it could happen. It really affected my groin area as well. So as I was going out after and kicking the ball around, I could only kick a ball around for 5 minutes without it really hurting in my groins. So that's when I.
Is that better now?
No.
No. Okay.
No. It's still. I can remember the last time I went out for a kickabout with my little cousin I lasted 10 minutes and then it just really painful.
Okay. Yeah. Don't want to risk it, do you? I suppose.
Not really. No. I mean, I know it's a completely different part of the body, but it's still
close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
Well, cool. I mean,
amazing.
You showed everyone in bowling in England that I don't know if you remember this, but when we were in Vienna, I was so, I know proud's maybe not the right word, but I was really impressed by how you'd come back. And I don't know if you remember this, but I decided that you should carry the flag for some. I can't remember. Was it the opening ceremony?
Yes, it was. The opening ceremony,
And it was purely because I thought, of all the people there, you deserved it because of your recovery or for your recovery. But I just thought, we need to recognise people, especially young athletes that have recovered to get back to a really good level.
And I've got some amazing photos of that event, so I'm going to put them up in front of Peach's face here. Yeah. We'll put a little montage of photos.
When someone comes back from injury, you don't want to, I don't want to, I'm not a negative person. You never know when you might do it again or not.
Yeah.
So, anyway, cool.
So for any of you that are struggling with injuries right now and thinking that's it, your mind's more powerful.
If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So
yeah, mind over matter, essentially.
Your mind is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, it can happen.
And it can also be your worst enemy, but you can control it. So yeah.
Cool. Should we talk about some good stuff?
Let's talk about some good stuff. God, there's so much
When's
good
the last
stuff.
time you left the Lily? No.
that's a good question. I can't remember that. It was a couple months ago when I was practicing on a Saturday morning with Yola.
Yeah.
I can remember leaving it in, and I thought I've never left that before.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on sharing of lilies on social media?
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's more hilarious when the really good players do it.
Yeah.
That's when I find it funny. Like Ben in Madrid, I was the first person to get my phone out.
Yeah.
It was adults. Watch the preview. Watch pod 4, mate, and you'll understand why we're asking this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You needed to come a bit earlier.
Did I?
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
So like notable achievements. I mean, you've won pretty much every youth event there is to win, really. You've bronze medal at EYC. You're going second season of Swedish League Elite Series?
Yeah, this is the second season.
Yeah. And
who is it you play for?
Chirping.
Okay. Who's the rest of your team?
Well, the main guy's Carl.
Okay.
Ossian, Alfred Albert, Victor, Danielson, Tony Eklund. Great guy. Eric. Yeah, there's loads. I've got Sim as well. Sim's recently joined.
Okay.
So that's a really good signing.
Have you got any information on that you can share on potential new signings?
I haven't. No. I don't know half of it. So.
Okay. How are you feeling about this season?
I think it's going to be a good season, considering like the obviously switch up in the playoffs and stuff like that. So it's like from 3rd to 6th they go to the playoffs.
Okay.
And the top 2 out of them playoffs go to the.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I think the season in Swedish League is going to be wild.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think obviously Klan are incredibly strong, and as the reigning champions, you can't really dismiss them. They're a close team. They are a very consistent team in terms of the people within it. So I'm not aware of any changes this year, but I think they're going to be strong. I think Pergamon are going to be rebuilding. I think IS Gotha have got a real good chance this year.
Yeah, we were looking at those names a minute ago. Previously,
Louis signed for Sturby last year, but didn't get a chance to play because of his A-levels. So this year he's going to be playing again.
Right.
They've kept him in the team, which is a huge opportunity.
Obviously, he's like one of my best mates. So to see one of your best mates do well is this.
Yeah.
Some people don't really like that, as in seeing their friends doing so well. But I quite enjoy it.
Yola's
cool.
starting at AIK as well.
AIK, yeah.
Shoot, that's cool.
Right, and back to business.
What's the best bowling moment you've had so far?
My personal favourite, like team-wise, Vienna all the way. Just like the whole spirit around the whole situation was just incredible. And
it was wild.
My favourite one was my first EBT in Madrid.
Right, cool.
Yeah, so I can remember struggling throughout the tournament.
Oh, I remember this story.
And I can remember last game, I think I was like plus 34. I needed a big game to scrape myself in.
The number though was like I need a 279 to make the cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can remember my uncle turning around to me and saying, if you shoot 270 or like enough to make the cut, I'll buy you a Madrid shirt with Bellingham on the back. So I was like, oh great. And I can remember going something, it was like 8 or 9, took it and then went 9 on the trot, and then 10 pin in the 10th, and I got myself in the cut. Yeah.
Nice.
First EVT makes the cut.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Very
That
nice.
was pretty cool. Yeah.
Did you get the shirt?
I did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I
Nice.
did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was,
190 euros in the Bernabeu.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was how much it was.
Wow.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that's ridiculous.
It was pretty nuts, but I
got
didn't
the
really
shirt.
care because I wasn't paying.
Was it like a
Did the job.
tenner for each letter or something?
No, I think they were 150. It was like 40 euros for
For the name. Jeez.
Yeah, if I can remember properly. Yeah, something like that.
That's mad.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Shirts over here are like 65, 75.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't like football.
No. Wow. Nor does he, given who he supports.
Well, I was at a friend's house the other night and he had the Man United game on and I was just like, these highlights are a bit rubbish. He went, dude, it's live. I was like, oh. That's how. Yeah.
So what's your plan then for the next year?
Just try and get out in Europe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, really. Just practice as hard as I can. Well, my plan is to go to the World Series next year.
Okay, nice.
That's my plan. Anyway.
Do we know where it is yet?
No.
No.
I'm more than likely sure it'll be in Vegas again. But yeah, the plan anyway is to go out there. If I feel like I'm ready. I mean, I've asked a few people and they think.
Oh, you're definitely ready.
Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Just got to go and do it.
Yeah, you're definitely ready to go and compete and have a go.
Yeah. Well, that was.
If you wait until in your head you think you can win it, you're probably waiting forever.
Oh yeah.
You just got to.
It would be a good experience as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
The question I suppose for that type of event is, can you bowl? What? How many games? 8 games.
4,
yeah.
8
games a day, 6 a day for 10 days or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
8 days.
I feel like I've done that before.
You've done that exactly. You have.
Yeah, practicing and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like I've done.
When you played
done a similar
2 re-entries or whatever in a day.
But
So.
Berlin was nuts. I think I bowled about 40 games in the space of.
There you go.
38.
That's really all you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. So
being able to compete day in, day
The
out.
longevity is. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as my thumb holds up.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you never put it in the first place, you'd probably have a better.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed the boat for that one. Yeah, see, if I would have done that 2 years ago, we would have been all right. I missed that boat.
I don't know. I've seen you throw a few two-handed lefty shots.
Would you like to see a shot? Did you see what Frank put on his story?
No.
So I was imitating every lefty.
Peach is going to share this video with me. And
Every lefty
We'll put it up.
We'll put it up.
Yeah,
in Europe. This was the shot. What do you think? Analyse it.
Hurry up and start. I would say that
flush as well. Went straight to the 9 pin.
that Jesper's got nothing to worry about.
yeah.
We'll keep that one in the camera roll then.
Just lacking a lot of fluidity.
Yeah, I am a little bit stiff.
So yeah, but other than that, pretty good. There's your man behind you. You know Jesper.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy!
What a match that was, by the way.
So,
anyway, so obviously you've got these goals of bowling the World Series this year or next season, in 26. So, what does day-to-day practice look like for you? What are you doing that what are you doing that nobody else is?
Well, I feel like I'm doing what everyone else is on more of a consistent basis. I mean, I'm practicing 5-6 times a week sometimes.
And what does practice look like? Do you practice with a plan, with purpose?
I just practice
games?
simple things with like the mental game and 1-step approach, 3-step approach. I practice things that would probably come up in those sort of events.
Right.
Badge is a prime example. You got to really move deep in and keep your angle as tight as possible. So just stuff like that. Not really bothered about how many are knocked down or anything like that.
Okay. When you do a 1-step, what's that for?
Just to try and keep my balance at the line and feel more of the ball off of the hand.
So you're isolating the release.
Yeah. So I try and concentrate as much as that as possible.
Okay.
I'm trying to create more axis tilts at the minute.
So you're trying to feel the hand position. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you realise when you do a 1-step, with your thumb in the ball, you're always going to be slower and later in the practice
It's more
because
of,
you don't have to swing before it.
yeah, I can see that, but it's just more of a trying to get the natural feel of it
Okay.
to then try and put it into the 5-step.
Okay. Fair enough.
And-
You'll do what you think works for you.
So you're practicing, you're bowling 5-6 times a week. Yeah, you're obviously working with dad at the minute, flying out to EBTs as often as possible, and doing those sort of things. Let's talk about. Obviously, you've had 2 years worth of support with Hammer. That's come to an end this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm able to share, just because of our conversations, that you've joined Strike Shack this year, working with Ray and Richie Teese, and obviously Ben as well. Talk a little bit about that, because I know obviously you've been working with Andy Penny for quite a while.
I mean, it was more of a modern switch. I mean, Ben's been on at me for the past year or so to get in touch, and he said, the boys really want to help you. And obviously, me and Ben have got a fantastic relationship on and off the lanes, so I took his word, and it's been fantastic so far. I mean, the amount of knowledge that they share, because they see so much of it, of the modern day, because obviously they bowl in a lot of high-profile events. Yeah, they've been great so far.
Cool. So what are you learning? What do you think is your biggest learning?
What, as in from
them?
Yeah. Just loads more information about balls and different sort of covers and what they do to each other and stuff like that. So a lot more in detail stuff about the lanes as well. Ben's always on at me and stuff.
Okay, so you've just seen things in more detail, so you can just make better decisions.
Yes, again.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So obviously, since leaving the Hammer brand, what have you really enjoyed rolling since?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, can't thank Bowling Vision enough for the time that they've given me. I mean, they were Alex and that were fantastic. But since then, I've drilled a motive ball, the Thrill Hybrid.
Thrill Hybrid,
Blue and purple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
good.
That's very clean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the cleanest pieces I've ever thrown.
Okay.
In regards to anything else.
The way that
When do you normally throw
the way
it?
that ball,
more like late block when you need to create a little bit more shape.
Yeah.
It gets through the front.
Gets you down there.
So clean. Yeah.
and then it just retains so much energy for when it hits the friction, and even
Retains or loses slower?
Yeah.
Retains or loses slower?
Is that your little thing?
Well, it doesn't retain. It loses. It's always losing energy.
It's always losing.
It's how quickly...
It just keeps it a bit better.
It's the speed at which it loses it.
Yeah.
So we'll do that again then, shall we? Right? So it loses energy slower.
Yeah. It distributes energy a bit more efficiently. There you go. That's the smart way.
No.
It doesn't retain.
It loses energy slower. But no, it's a very good ball for when patterns starting to break down a little bit. You're seeing that transition. You need something that you can get through the front. Probably a perfect ball to throw over the top of that, to be fair.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When it's stripped the fronts and the mids out. Yeah.
I'm drilling.
I certainly won't.
Or I'm going to experiment with a couple more pieces soon.
Cool.
In particular, hyperdrive.
Okay.
Something at the top of the bag that I've been missing for quite a while. So we've had a bit, well, me and Strike Shack have had a bit of a discussion on what places in the bag to strengthen.
Okay.
And that's what they think. So
cool. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will do good.
I hope so.
Yeah. Have you got any future England ambitions? Or is that sort of low on the priority?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to represent your country, but I feel like the youth sort of thing that's kind of all I've really known. I mean, I've not been a part of the adult setup yet. I mean, I'd like to, but it's not really a priority. I just want to try and get myself out in Europe a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with the approach that you've taken. You've had opportunities that have materialised that have been so exciting. The fact that you've represented England at 2 European Youth Championships, you were never picked for Triple Crown, funnily enough, which is kind of the
You're blaming me.
yeah. It's like come out with pitchforks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, ah.
No, I'm not.
I wonder who picked EYC in 2023.
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
So I don't. Yeah, what I was saying anyway was that I don't. You know, you've had these opportunities come up, and I actually think that in the last 12 months you've become a better bowler for it. Yeah. So, you know, as Mark said, do you consider looking for a spot on the adult national team in the future, or is it a case of you're going to continue on the European tour, continue bowling Swedish League, and perhaps get across stateside and have a couple of cracks at some PBA regionals and PBA events?
Well, I mean, it would be nice to get myself into the the setup, but I feel like I've got up until I'm 50 years old to do that.
You do,
so
yeah.
So it's pretty low priority. I mean, as like a young man, I would like to get myself out in Europe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's the right way of doing it. England will happen if it's meant to happen, and it can happen every other year or whatever. So yeah, that's fine. I was just curious where your head was with that.
So Peachy, who are your biggest influences in bowling?
Good question. I mean, Dom has always been my childhood hero, so to say. I've always looked up to Dom and how he presents himself to all of the people who bowl. And of recent years, it's been Ben, really. I mean, he obviously sees something in me to help me, so yeah, I can't really thank him enough for how he's been helping.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, you're a good lad, mate. You work hard. You deserve it. So keep going, man. Anything else, Mark?
No, I think thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
At short notice almost. And
pleasure.
yeah, personally, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I want to see you on top of a podium at an EBT.
Cool.
With a massive check with lots of noughts on it.
That is what I thought was going to happen in Madrid towards the end. All that. That's why I got a message off of my mum saying, you versus Ben in the final, and then crumbled.
It'll happen.
Or the mental block come into play.
Just keep going, and you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I've said this to you loads of times.
It's not if.
It's not if, it's when. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know it will come eventually. It's just trying to be patient and keep trying to work hard to get to it.
The way you've been focused and training and putting the graft in, as
long as you have a good process and you stick to the process, and you have good people around you, and you have supportive, and your attitude is right, you go training even when it's the last thing you want to do, and you just keep doing it as much as you can. Yeah.
That's what it
takes. Never give up, and you never know.
That's what it takes.
You've proven you weren't giving up when you had your injury.
Yeah.
Apply the same sort of determination, and you'll go far. You'll go far, mate.
I'm trying. I appreciate it.
And we will always be behind you, cheering you on, mate. So
thank you.
All laughing.
Keep going. Final thought for all of the youth bowlers that are watching this, going, you got to think you could be somebody else's Don Barrett in the future. So what are you going to say to them?
Just keep going. I mean, it's not over till it's over. That's what my dad's always said. Everyone's got their different, their own path. Just follow it. Just trust the process. That's all I've really got to say. As long as you stick to the basics, you're going to do something right. So
there we go. On that positive note.
Cheers, Peachy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Love this.
That one was better.
That was Go and look at the elbow. If you look at the elbow, it connects. Try it. Look at the elbow.
Look at the elbow.
See?
Oh, that's close.
There you go. It's better than the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the No Strings Attached podcast. I'm Tristan. That's Mark. This is Peachy. That was a blast. Subscribe
Thanks for
to the
watching.
YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
Love you all.